Hello. Happy day to all my kiddos. Thanks for joining me here with Moments with Zoe's grandma. You know, Zoe's such a sweet girl, and she really does know how to share. So I know she's happy to share this time with all of you. So I don't have to be your grandma. I could be your cousin. I could be your auntie. I could be your granty. I could be your friend. I'd be happy to be your friend. I love you all. So today we're just going to read a story. We're going to read a story about Chester the horse. You know, Zoe takes horseback ridings right next door to me. I live out in the country, and I am so blessed that I live right next door to horses. And the people that live there are my friends. And it is so wonderful of them to give Zoe horseback riding lessons. She has a friend, Claire, that gets to take lessons there too. So here's the story. Chester. Better put my glasses on. Chester. Here we go. Chester was a wild horse. He lived out west with other wild horses. I wish someone loved me, said Chester. I wish someone took care of me. You are silly, said the other horses. It's so fun to be wild. One day, men came with ropes. They were looking for wild horses. I'm glad to see you, said Chester. Please put a rope on me. That horse cannot run, said the men. We do not want him. They took all the horses, and they did not take Chester. No one wants me either, said the skunk. I think I know why, said Chester, as he hurried off. Chester ran and ran. He came to a farm. Maybe someone here wants me, he said. You can't give milk, said the cow. You can't lay eggs, said the hen. And I pull the wagon around here, said the white horse. Goodbye, said Chester as he walked down the road. A car came by. This car has 250 horsepower, said the man in the car. Well, I have 1 horsepower, said Chester. The car stopped at the gas station and Chester stopped too. I'll have 10 gallons of gas, said the man. I'll have 10 gallons of water, said Chester. Chester saw a sign. I'm hungry, he said. Oh dear, I did not see the first letter. I cannot eat coats, said Chester. Chester saw a fruit store. I'll have a pound of apples, said a lady. I'll have a pound too, said Chester. Can you pay for them? Said the man. No, said Chester. Then come back when you can pay, said the man. All right, said Chester. Your apples are good. Chester looked in a house. A lady was having tea. How much sugar do you want? She said. As much as I can have, said Chester. No, I don't think he was supposed to be there. Chester went by a toy store. I wish I had a rocking horse, said a child. I can be a rocking horse, said Chester. Look. You are too big for our house, said the mother. Chester saw a statue of a horse. Maybe I can be a statue, he said. He stood very still. All the people thought he was a statue. All the birds thought he was a statue. Chester saw a lady with a feather in her hat. I will sneeze if that feather touches my nose, said Chester. The feather touched his nose. Achoo! Statues don't sneeze, said the birds and the people. Horses do, Chester said, and he walked away. Chester walked by a firehouse. Long ago, horses pulled the fire engine, said a man. The bells rang. There was a fire someplace. Down the poles came the firemen. They could not start the engine. "What will we do?" said the firemen. "I'll get you there in time," said Chester. Down the street they went. "Clang, clang, clang," said Chester, and he got them there in time. "Thank you," said the fireman. "The engine is running again, so we don't need you now." Chester walked and walked, and he saw a merry-go-round. "I think they need me here," he said. The children ran to the horses. One little boy got on Chester. Around and around they went. The children loved the ride, and so did Chester. The ride ended. The children got off the horses. "My horse was real," said the little boy. "He was not real," said the children. "Merry-go-round horses are never real. A real horse runs when you say 'giddy up,'" said one child. "Well, let's say it," said another child. They all said it together. "Giddy up!" Chester ran. He ran and he ran and he ran. The men with ropes saw him. "Whoa," they said. "Do you still want to come with us?" said the men. "Yes," said Chester. They took him to the bright, clean stable. All the other horses were there. "You were right, Chester," said the horses. "It is fun here. It is nice to be loved and cared for." "That makes sense," said Chester. "Good horse sense." That's the end. When I was reading about the firemen, that made me think Zoe's great grandfather, his name was Elmer Wolf, and they called him Buppy. He was a fireman in Chicago. I wonder what it was like for him back then. Anyway, that's it for today. I want each and every one of you to remember how truly precious you are and how very loved you are. See you next time.